Hello everyone, today we'll talk about the problem palindrome partitioning. We're given a string and we want to return all possible ways to partition the string into substrings such that all those substrings are palindromes. Now, since, for instance, for a string a to the n, just the letter a repeated n times, every possible partitioning is a correct partitioning, and there is a lot of those partitionings, we don't have to do anything smart, we just have to implement the solution that looks at essentially all the candidate partitionings, collects them in a list and returns them. So we might start with a function, a helper function, that tells us if a given string is a palindrome. One way to implement it is just to check corresponding letters from the beginning and the end until we meet. If at any point we have a mismatch and those letters don't match, then we return false. Otherwise, we've seen this whole string and we can return true. There are of course other ways of checking if a string is a palindrome. One way that's short to code is just to check if the string is the same as its reverse. And now that we have this helper function, we can just generate all the possible partitionings that can be good by taking our string, trying to take its first letter, first two letters, first three letters, and so on. So we iterate through the length of the first palindrome in our partitioning. And if it's possible to take it as part of the partition, so if it is a palindrome, the first L letters of our string, then we generate all the possible partitionings of the rest of the string appended to our current prefix, and we do that by just recursing on the rest of the string. And since we create the partitioning by the variable cur, we can append it, a copy of it, whenever we run out of letters in our string, because that means that we have partitioned the string into palindromes correctly. And since we recurse, we just have to first add our new substring that we add to our partition to the value cur before we recurse, and then clean up after ourselves and remove that value. So this is a standard backtracking approach, that's how I implement it. And then we just have to start with the whole string, and after running this algorithm on the whole string, in the variable res, we have the result.